headed off to a church Valentine retreat. Hi, baby.
Hi.
Yeah, so it's the love train, baby. Choo choo. I got it, babe. Yeah, boo. So, hati video main kiri babe. Ere angko yone. I forgot. Royal Assembly. Oh my god, this is embarrassing. We're regulars to the love train since its inception. Very insightful messages, very inspiring. I believe that it has helped us grow in our relationship. Some of them. Don't ask me what messages though. And we're here. Oh my goodness, it's so packed. It started at 5. It's 6:45 and we're just getting here. Baby. Late.
Yep.
Late comers. I don't know why I'm screaming. I'm nervous. Visiting churches makes me nervous. I don't want to lie. Okay. See you. Bye. Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. The name is Lilinda Marumuami. I'm so happy to have you here. So today I'm going to be giving you guys a review of my experience at the Love Train. What is the Love Train? This is a show by pastors Bia Frams and his wife Kali Rams. Oh my goodness, I love that lady. Every time I see her, I'm always awestruck. I feel like she's a beautiful woman. She's very beautiful. My husband will keep on saying, "Baby, you're so beautiful," and I'm like, "She's also beautiful." So they host this show every year around Valentine's Day, and it's for single people, married people, couples courting, and the Love Train has been quite an influence in our marriage, if I may say that. In the sense that we've attended the Love Train, I think since its inception, hey. Probably since the inception. Okay, I remember dating as far back as 2013. Was it still existing in 2013? But yeah. Okay, there was last year's. Okay, we didn't attend last year because COVID, obviously. And there was 2019. We attended 2018. We attended 2017. Yeah. Okay. Fast forward. The testimonies that we always hear there and the word, it's always so enlightening. So we figured we should go each and every year. My friends differ with me on this one, but I'm 100% sold. So I've just written down a couple of notes. In the church, they don't really allow you to record, which is so weird. I find it so difficult because I'm a person who has slow processing speed, so I need to sit back and listen to teachings again. I'm like that even with school, so it's always a struggle for me having to write and listen and soak in the moment. I'm usually a hands-on person with a recording, and then from my recording I'll take notes from that. And yeah, but this time I just had to scramble things. So there was day one of the Love Train. Okay, so as I've already mentioned, for the majority of this video I'm going to have to be referring back to my notes that I made of the whole event, of the whole, I call it a show, but really it's a series of events. So we attended from day 2. Day 1 was supposed to be singles only, so we didn't go. We attended day 2, which was for married couples, and that's us. So, for the longest time on this scripture, he who finds a wife finds a good thing, has always been explained, or when pastors preach, they've always said that he who finds a wife is ready. You don't just make her after you get married. She should be knowing things, wifely things. You are found already a wife. This used to scare me a lot in the sense that I used to feel like I'm not a wife, I'm not yet ready. And even when my friends would ask me to the wedding day, I'd keep on saying, I don't know what I'm doing. But he explained it so beautifully, the pastor, when he said, you are already found, you're already a wife, and as you walk in your role of wifehood, your wifeness, wifeness, okay, he did not say wifeness. And mind you, I'm going to be paraphrasing and saying things from how I understood it, okay? Now, this comes into manifest when you become a wife. He said Adam was asleep during the making of Eve, and he awoke, and together they walked into this new journey, new path of theirs. For me, I've always believed that you should be having it all together, all at once. But that's not how, what I was getting from his sermon. I now started to realize with myself that, growing up, things have always been done for me in terms of things that I call wifely duties, or things that I should have known. Ironing of clothes, cleaning of the house, cooking. I didn't know how to cook. My husband taught me how to cook. That's how it was. But then I was excelling in other areas of being a wife. And, my husband would look at me and say, indeed, I have found a good thing. So, you know what I'm trying to say is, as women, we tend to put ourselves down by what we do not know or what we lack in, but then we tend to neglect those things that we are in actual fact good in, those things in actual fact that make us the favor, that is obtainable from the Lord. We tend to neglect those things as wives. And I'm just here to say, it has been affirmed in me now that, walk in your purpose. I'm proud to say that I love cleaning now. I love cooking for my husband now. I'm not a very good cook. I'm not yet there, but, I'm learning, and it's a good learning process for me. Things that I used to say I really hated it. But now I'm excelling in it because I love it, and I love being a wife. I love being a homemaker. I also can't wait to be a mom. I know I'm gonna love that. A year ago, I used to be terrified of being a mom, but this also shows me that, I don't have to be a mom to be awakened into my mom calling. It will come naturally. Ha! I'll be honest. Day one, I wasn't paying attention because I felt like my husband was not really in it, but he he just reassured me day two that he was tired and excuses. So I was kind of in a bit of a bad mood. And then, he talked about fairy tale versus reality. And I think for the most part, for most of us, wives especially, we live in a fairy tale, in this lull, in this bubble, of the movies, more especially of our friends' perfect marriages, of social media. And he spoke a great deal of this, breaking it down and showing us that, you make your own perfection. I know we always talk about the grass not being greener. on the other side, and us watering our own grass. But I don't think we really grasp that concept. So I'm just learning and growing to build in myself. Speaking of build, he also talked about building a great love life. And I'm not wearing my glasses, so I can't really see what I've written on the paper, okay? Learn to be agreeable. Stop fighting and have radical honesty. Honesty, being agreeable. Honesty to me comes in the little things like telling me that you're tired, and so that I understand why you're not holding my hand during church service. Okay. Okay. I'm just going on about this because I think for day one I was really annoyed at my husband because I felt like we came all the way to this people's church, and here you are, you're just being grumpy about it, but he reassured me that, he was tired. Being agreeable, and for the most part, he talked about as it's not, I think for the most part, when someone says being agreeable, we think like myself right now. I'm thinking he was not being honest, he's not being agreeable. But how about you? Learn to take the ball back to your court. Was I being understanding to my husband? Did I try to ask him at least, why he's not being in the moment there with him, like, we are used to. I'm saying a lot. And then building friendship in a love life. Presence, acceptance, attention, autonomy, freedom of expression, and play. I think I'm saying I think a lot. For the most part, we hear celebrities or influencers talking about being friends with your spouses. And for the most part, we don't really, put that into action, especially before you get married. I think it's very important for you to build a friendship, a solid friendship. This will help you to be tolerant, to be accepting, to pay more attention, because more than a lover, this is someone you care for in a deeper sense. Oh man, this reminds me of a book I read by T.D. Jakes. It's called The Lady, the Lover, and Her Lord. And in the book, he explains the different ways in which we love, apart from the love languages, okay? And talking of friendship, in the book they also talk about building this solid foundation that goes beyond being lovers. And I think that is very important. This week I've really been sick. My sinuses, ear, nose, throat, it's been throbbing, it's been terrible. And I needed to rely on my husband, not more on the lover side, but more on my brother side. I needed a brother. I needed him to cuddle me, and I needed him to, cook for me and all that. More like that brotherly love. And I believe that we have that most especially because of the friendship we have built. That's basically what I gathered from day one. Like I said, I wasn't really paying much attention to it. So let's hear what we had day two, which is day three of the event where it was everybody. And in day three, it was more of spirituality, which, to be honest, my husband and I over the years have always said, the love train, it lacks more on the spiritual side. We didn't know how to explain that, but we felt that, he was giving us principles of being lovers, friends, building this relationship, teaching us to relate with our in laws. We've had really great teachings, but we've really lacked more on the spiritual side. And I was very excited day three, which is day two, more when he spoke of the spiritual side, because this is very, very, very important. And it overrides any other thing. If you have a solid spiritual foundation, you can be able to grow into most things. You can be able to overcome most things. I had a conversation with a friend of mine yesterday, and she was just telling me about her other friend who attended the event, and she was so disgusted, I'm not mincing any words, by how they spoke of forgiveness, and she was saying that the church needs to be more intentional when it comes to issues of abuse. The reason I'm saying this, or I'm bringing it up, is because the pastors talked about forgiveness, because there was a session of a question and answer session, anonymous, and there was somebody who said the husband is a serial cheater. The other person was, I think, in an abusive relationship. And the pastors talked about, how he's a forgiving God, and how you should always find a way to pray for your marriage. And my friend's friend was more on the, it starts with a slap and it will never stop, but he overrides any history you have. It's like when you're saying, this person, I had an FD before, failing discontinued. And it's like you're saying that you always fail. But no, it's up to me. I have to do the work. I'm not saying that it's easy. I'm in school right now and I can see the patterns that led me to my FD. So I'm not saying that it's going to be easy, it's going to be a clean slate. No, you have to do the work. And they also mentioned that, right? So they really spoke deeply about spirituality, Christianity, God, Jesus, our Savior. I have to make that clear, okay? I'm a Christian and I'm ashamed of the gospel of Christ. Like, I'm a believer. And I love how he spoke of kingdom service. You have to serve in church. Myself, I've been serving in church since 2012, serving in the ushering ministry, and over the years, it's become, I'm really seeing that I'm serving for him. I myself, personally, I would just love to be sitting down. Like I said, I have slow processing speed. So sometimes when you're serving, you grasp things. And that is why, I just love to be sitting down and enjoying. But somehow he provides, he's a provider, and I'm able to hear the word that is being preached, And he talked about embracing the giving lifestyle. Wow, I loved how he talked about giving, And to me, it liberated my spirit, because sometimes, or for the longest time, I used to think, especially in churches that we call ministries, because I go to a mainline church, and I just used to think ministries, they want us to give so that we can service the pastor. I know I'm a Christian, don't come at me. I'm a Christian and I had those kind of thoughts. I'm embarrassed, okay? I'm embarrassed, but hear me out. It was so liberating, it was so freeing how he talked about giving. And wow. Thank you so much for that. And then he talks about overcoming attacks in life, love life, financial attack, health attack. There will be attacks in life, but when you're in Christ, be assured that those attacks, they may come, weapons may be formed, but will they prosper? No, they will not. So this also shows you that living kingdom principles. Now this is another video, kingdom principles. It's a rule, it's the way it is. My husband used to preach this to me. They're kingdom principles, they're just there. This is why sometimes we think she's an unbeliever, but she's prospering in life. But she's living kingdom principles, She's a giver. She's living an upright life, she's not a liar, because sometimes Christians can lie. Hey, Christians are liars. Sometimes, not all. Okay, but that was it from the love train. Those are the things. Those are the insightful things that I would have loved to share with you guys. Be encouraged to attend. Also, fellowship is very important. Honestly, for me, with COVID, staying home, and with online church, that is reason enough for me not to go to church. Hello, introverts, gather up here. Any reason not to interact with human beings. Choo choo, I'm on it. But fellowship is very, very important. I cannot stress this enough. So let's go out there, find yourself a local church and fellowship. Find yourself, you need to submit to a pastor. It's very important. I don't like church visiting for the very reason that sometimes you can visit a church and they're in a season of, because I believe God places you in a place for a particular reason and a particular season. This season may be your entire life. You'll be in that particular church. But now, I believe that, I can be visiting a church and they can be in a season of receiving, of outpouring. I forgot the word. And I'm in a season of sowing. And I can be, I can go through self-condemnation because of this very reason that, I'm in a season of sowing and I feel like that I'm giving a lot and I'm not getting anything when I'm in that particular church, But pray about it and make sure that you are aligned. I believe in alignment. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe and share this video, comment, and tell me about your love experiences. Thank you. It's day 2 of the love train. My love and I are just getting here. Hi, baby.
Bye.
We're late as usual, but we are going to improve on time. It's packed. It's so packed. Oh my goodness. More packed than yesterday, actually. I don't know. I'm not expecting too much tonight. But oh my MG. There's literally no packing. Okay, see you inside.